The month of November is going just as strong as we suspected, and we've been doing everything non-stop to just basically catch up. Here's over 20 new games you can pick up on the go and forget that reality is even an option. Let's go. First of all, the game Pools was actually one of the contraries we've been waiting to come out, and it's like, just imagine wandering around a luxury hotel that's been abandoned for like a decade, but it's a lot prettier and also a lot quieter, where the thrill is just existential dread, no monsters. You just scroll through hallways, stare at water, and kind of feel like you've been watched, except being watched by nothing. It's definitely meditative if you're into that, or terrifying if you have a mild phobia of empty spaces. No combat, no story beats, just liminal corridors and your imagination doing the heavy lifting. These developers have actually nailed that 3 a.m. alone, slightly panicked energy here, and I think it's perfect for mobile when you just want something spooky but don't really actually want to leave your couch. Okay, this one's basically go play Skyrim as a wolf, but you know, somehow on mobile. Although it did actually have wolf simulation games on the Play Store before. Here you start alone, hunt rabbits, then you gotta grow a pack that actually matters. Gray, black, virtual wolves, all customizable. The world's decently big, seasons change, prey runs, rivals attack, and you feel a little like the forest without the pine needles in your shoes. The combat's pretty simple but satisfying if you like being top predator. It's grindy, it is free, and the social alliances make it almost like a MMO. If you've ever wanted to be the alpha without paying a dime, maybe this is it. Police Simulator Car Patrol is that guilty pleasure you don't want to admit to that you're addicted to. It's basically Grand Theft Auto without the crimes, just you, a cop car, and like an endless urge to ticket people like going 2 miles per hour, whatever. You can chase suspects, patrol LA or Shanghai even, or just blast sirens for no reason because you're police, why not? The driving feels solid, cities are huge, and the AI is dumb enough to crash into you while you're protecting them sometimes. It's one of those games you play to kill time and then, you know, somehow end up role-playing as a traffic cop for easily hours. Have you ever wanted to live the glamorous life of a Indonesian delivery driver? Because Oil Life Simulator delivers, literally. You grind through food, passenger, and package deliveries, weaving through traffic like a ninja, whilst chasing that elusive 5-star rating. The city's open world's huge, every alley a potential circuit to crash hazard. Between orders, customize your bike, outfit, and even your apartment, because nothing says sim realism like a little bit decorating. Pretty chill game, is addictive of course, and absurdly specific. Part racing, part life sim, perfect for short bursts or just full-on city domination.
There's beasties to shoot and work to be done.
This is a game we've been talking about on the channel a few times, but Deep Rock Galactic survivors finally tunneling into mobile today. And instead of the usual co-op here, this game is a solo roguelike run where you step in as one of these space dwarves to dig in deep inner roots of the planet itself. The enemies come in swarms and your weapons just fire automatically whatever you're directed as you focus on surviving, mining minerals, and just pushing even deeper into the underground. So it's not entirely a ARPG kind of thing, but rather a arcade roguelike shooter. Either way, it's right up there with Diablo. It's pretty fast, it's addictive, and just dripping with risk. So keep it in mind. Number 6, we have the game Anemo. What I like to think is what happens when physics class and meditation collide, you know? Here you are redirecting streams of water, plasma, and laser beams through space, bending your brain with mirrors, slides, and gravity-bending gadgets until everything finally clicks. It's deceptively calm right up until you realize you've spent 30 minutes aligning just one single droplet, and it's just designed for hand tracking and controllers. It's more tactile than ever and feels like solving a Rubik's Cube inside a sci-fi laboratory. Brilliantly crafted the game, oddly relaxing, and just frustrating enough to feel rewarding. Anemo is a physics puzzle fan's dream sandbox and pretty much motion. On the other hand, King Arthur Legends Rise is a RPG that drags Camelot, straight into mobile age. And this game was just finally due worldwide, and developers fixed the login issues as well. And despite the hate, it's actually a surprisingly chill little grindfest. You build your own round table of heroes, upgrade, find worthy gear, and just watch your team auto battle through Arthurian battles while you sit and pretend you're being productive. The visuals are solid, the lore is classic, and the gameplay just sits perfectly between casual mobile and serious collector. It's a kind of game you check during lunch, then suddenly it's midnight and you're debating whether Lancelot needs a better sword or therapy. If you've ever suffered through limbo or danced with nightmares in Little Night, well, give the game feels like their little artsy, calmer cousin. You wake up after some mysterious accident and have to navigate this wreck while helping passengers who range from totally normal to completely unhinged, and the world itself is just tilting around. Water's rising and timing actually matters, so every decision feels alive. It's like Limbo and Little Nightmares had a bit of a more emotional, story-driven little baby who cares about people instead of just scares. It's about 8 hours of quiet storytelling, clever environmental challenges and moments that actually make you feel for the characters themselves. This one's actually special. Going down to number 9, we have the game MOTU. It's basically Marvel Snap if it traded capes for chariots and, Thor for like an Indian version of Zeus. It's a 2-minute mythological mind game where you throw down cards inspired by the Hindu gods and hope dice rolls work in your favor. Every match is fast, tense, and surprisingly tactical. It's a mix of bluff and prediction and chaos. The art's amazing, the pace is perfect for mobile, and it somehow makes ancient epics feel modern without turning them into meme fuel. Think of it as a chess, but every piece has a god complex and a backstory. It's a smart game, it's definitely slick and weirdly spiritual. Going down to number 10, we have a possible hidden gem, going by the name Motorland Racing, which is basically if Mario Kart had a realistic cars and no bananas, and somehow managed to stay offline as well. You get to hop between Rallycross, Grand Prix, and Rally Raid in bite-sized races that feel like espresso shots of adrenaline. Got over 30 different cars that aren't just eye candy, they actually handle differently. So your favorite isn't just aesthetic. It's a pretty fast game, it's clean and actually fun without grinding microtransactions or Wi-Fi. Perfect for quick mobile races when you're just avoiding traffic. It's arcade racing done right. Pick a car, slam the gas, crash if you must, and enjoy the satisfying mayhem as you go. It's that kind of game. Well, going down to number 11, it is Mech Assemble. It's an arcade roguelike game that lets you mix over 100 different parts into Frankenstein's death machine. Just going around stomping through zombies, laughing at your own ridiculous creations. It's a roguelike game, of course, so you can expect permadeath and procedurally generated elements, and also good luck with that one-shot boss fight. It's got seasonal skins that keep things weird, leaderboards that feed your ego, and community sharing that lets you flex whatever monstrosity you make. Basically, it's Armored Core meets a Saturday morning cartoon gone wrong, and every run reminds you why mobile games never have to make sense to be fun. Timeline is a stealth puzzle adventure game where you literally control it like a media player. You can pause, rewind, and fast forward to outsmart the stages and just solve puzzles in these different backdrops, all surreal, one more than another. It's finally out, and if you're in Europe, you gotta wait to 72 more hours. You got a duo characters, and timing their moves perfectly is just a key to unlock new paths. Every decision matters, every second counts, and even the cat adds unpredictable actions. Clever stealth mechanics, strategic planning, and a story full of companionship, Timeline kind of turns puzzle solving into a tense, emotional, and unforgettable adventure. Play Act 1 for free and see for yourself. If Gang Beats and totally reliable delivery service game had a baby, this might just actually be it. It's an action brawler. You pick a frog knight, a loaf of bread if you want, or TV-headed dude, and stumble into arenas where physics is your worst enemy and your best friend at the same time. It looks silly, but there's actually a rhythm to dodging, stamina management, and combo timing. Every knockout feels earned. It's a pretty hard game, every fail is hilarious. Levels wobble, explode, and generally make you question reality. Multiplayer or solo is just pure dumb chaotic action. Perfect for when you want to throw logic and your opponent out the window. It's available on Android and iOS right now. Available only on the Apple Store, My Sims Kingdom is basically the fast food of cozy games. It's creativity, cheap, cheerful, and comforting. You play as basically a magical handyman that's fixing islands full of these quirky little Sims. Believe it or not, it's a sequel to an old game, and this time it ditches deep building freedom for easier, chunkier creativity, which actually makes it more fun to tinker with. It's light, cute, and sometimes brainless, but that's the point. A creative snack, not a feast. Go in with low expectations and maybe, just maybe, you're gonna be ending up loving how effortlessly endearing this game actually is. Going down to number 15, it is Overfield, which is it's an RPG adventure, but it feels like someone stuffed the anime MMO, a cozy life sim, and a time machine into a glass jar, and somehow it works after shaking it. You play as the explorer, bouncing through bottle-sized worlds with rewind powers, auto battles, and more cutscenes than your mobile GPU deserves, and the vibe is just overall pretty chill. It's grindy, manageable of course, and it's got great soundtracks. It's got gacha elements, but the rewards are generous enough that free players still can build an adorable little empire here. Sure, the UI hiccups and half-translated text kind of annoying, but the charm drowns it all out. Kind of. It's one of the most downloaded games of the past few days, and it's right now a little bit sketchy. It's about 2 GB in size, maybe give it a shot. Lady Guard Swarm Slayer is a lot like Dead Cells if it met Hotline Miami, if the enemies were like mutant little insects and you had a dozen different anime sword-wielding samurais to choose from. It's a pretty fast game, definitely messy, and you're gonna be dying a lot, but that's just like roguelike. Skills and builds stack insanely. Like one run you're raining lightning storms and the next one you're dodging like it's Sekiro. Over 6 different stages, bosses that feel like Dark Souls mini bosses, and enough random action to make you question if the developers did it on purpose or what. It's a pretty short game, it's smart, it's addictive, and it actually rewards skill. Number 17, we have the game Pixelmon, and I think it feels like what would happen if Pokemon Legends, AFK Arena, and like a Studio Ghibli fever dream had a baby. So you're dropped into these floating cities, you're gonna be collecting monsters that can literally merge in the middle of the battle into something stronger because evolution wasn't dramatic so far. Overall, it just blends idle progression with tactical 5v5 battles, so you can either play like a strategist or like just nap like a legend while your squad grinds for you. Between over 100 creatures, skyborn ruins, and cinematic lores every 5 minutes, it's a very gorgeous game, grindy, and of course, very addictive. Going down to number 18, we have a Korean game. It's called Ayakashi Rice. It's kind of what happens when Tokyo Ghoul meets Genshin Impact and then gets wrapped in a cute little anime bow. You are a special agent leading a squad of supernatural schoolgirls to punch ghosts, exercise cursed vending machines, and just look fabulous doing it all. It's half idle RPG, half supernatural soap opera, demons, drama, and just dorm rooms all in one. The battles run themselves, of course, because apparently even exorcists even need breaks. But the real hook is building a team of these Spirit Slayers type of heroes. It's flashy, fast, heartfelt. Imagine the game Sailor Moon if everyone had PTSD and a auto battle button. Number 19, we have the game Outrankers. We did want to mention the game before on our previous video, but I think we did a better job not to before, because first of all, the game is basically Mad Max and a reality show getting thrown in a blender, and also labeled as a battle royale. You are in a 3v3 loot war 2 centuries past apocalypse, stealing radioactive hope rocks called Elpis while a loudmouthed commentator hypes your every single move. It's like Rocket League if everyone carried a gun and unresolved trauma. The combat and the controls are simple for automatic if you're lazy, and it's just stacked with standout developers, so it was in good hands. Give it a shot if you've got your hands on a translator app, it's actually pretty good. And last but not least, I would like to say, well, depending on how old you might be, this may or may not make sense, but Either way, He-Man is back, and this time he brought a deck of cards instead of fighting. This new game is here to just basically turn your childhood into a digital card game where He-Man, Skeletor, and friends fight it out with buffs, spells, and like a lot of different abilities. It's basically Hearthstone but with like 80s action figures who got tired of arm wrestling coming out to life. You can duel other players, climb ranks, and pretend the fate of the world depends on your power. It's pretty slick, flashy, and somehow both epic and ridiculous, just like the cartoon itself. Thanks for watching, I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know which one's your favorite, and I'll see you again tomorrow.